What happens when a soul chooses its moment of incarnation with the precision of a cosmic clockmaker? Does the exact second of your first breath carry within it the blueprint of your entire spiritual destiny? Welcome, soul traveler, to the Eternal Library. Today we dive into one of the most profound and enigmatic teachings that has been hidden within the sacred chambers of mystery schools for millennia, the ancient science of cosmic imprinting, and how the precise moment of your birth serves as a divine signature that encodes your soul's mission, purpose, and evolutionary trajectory in this lifetime. The masters of old understood what modern humanity has forgotten, that birth is not a random biological event but a precisely orchestrated cosmic ceremony where the soul, in collaboration with cosmic intelligence, selects the exact celestial configuration that will provide the energetic framework for its earthly mission. And this knowledge has been preserved in fragmentary form across every major wisdom tradition, from the Vedic rishis of ancient India who developed Jyotish or Vedic astrology over 5,000 years ago, to the Egyptian priest astronomers who built the Great Pyramid to align with specific stellar configurations, to the Hermetic philosophers of Alexandria who taught that, as above, so below, understanding that celestial movements mirror and influence terrestrial affairs, to the Kabbalistic sages who mapped the tree of life according to planetary correspondences, to the Sufi mystics who practiced celestial meditation aligned with cosmic rhythms, and even to the indigenous shamans of the Americas who timed ceremonies according to star patterns and planetary movements. The great philosopher Plotinus, founder of Neoplatonism, wrote in his Enneads that the stars are like letters that inscribe themselves at every moment in the sky, and everything that happens below is coordinated with the harmony of these letters, while the Persian mystic Ibn Arabi taught that each soul bears what he called a celestial prototype that is activated at the moment of birth, and the Indian sage Varahamihira in his Brihat Samhita explained that the nakshatra or lunar mansion, occupied by the moon at birth, reveals the soul's deepest karmic patterns and dharmic purpose. Modern research in chronobiology has begun to validate what ancient wisdom keepers always knew, that the timing of birth influences everything from personality traits to life patterns, with studies by Dr. Russell Foster at Oxford University showing that circadian rhythms established at birth affect lifelong behavioral patterns, while the work of Dr. Soetbert Ertel has demonstrated statistical correlations between birth timing and professional achievements, and NASA's heliobiology research has revealed how solar activity at the time of birth influences electromagnetic sensitivity throughout life. Yet these scientific findings barely scratch the surface of what the ancients understood about the soul's conscious participation in selecting its moment of incarnation. The Tibetan Buddhist tradition, preserved in texts like the Bardo Thodol or Tibetan Book of the Dead, teaches that the consciousness of the departing soul spends exactly 49 days in the intermediate state or bardo, during which it surveys potential incarnation opportunities and selects parents, geographical location, and precise timing based on the karmic lessons needed for continued evolution, with the Dalai Lama explaining that advanced practitioners can consciously choose their rebirth circumstances, including the exact moment of birth, to optimize their ability to serve all sentient beings, while the Vedantic tradition describes in the Garuda Purana how souls work with cosmic devas or celestial administrators to coordinate the astrological timing that will best support their dharmic unfoldment in the coming lifetime. The process of cosmic imprinting begins approximately 21 days before physical birth, when the soul fully enters the developing fetus and begins attuning to the electromagnetic field of Earth and the solar system, with the pineal gland acting as the primary receiver of cosmic frequencies and the heart center serving as the integration point for celestial energies, creating what the Hermetic tradition calls the celestial body, or the energetic double that carries the imprint of cosmic influences throughout life. And this is why ancient midwives and spiritual communities paid such careful attention to the precise timing of birth, often using rituals and prayers to invite the soul to choose its optimal moment of incarnation. The Hindu concept of muhurta or auspicious timing recognizes that certain moments carry more favorable cosmic currents for beginning important endeavors, with birth being the most important muhurta of all since it determines the entire life's trajectory. And this is detailed in classical texts like the Muhurta Chintamani, which provides guidelines for calculating the most spiritually beneficial birth times based on planetary positions, lunar phases, and stellar configurations, while the Chinese tradition of Ziwei Do Shu or purple star astrology maps how the exact birth time determines the soul's mandate from heaven and the specific virtues and challenges that will shape its earthly journey. The ancient Egyptians believed that the soul or Ba actually participated in consultations with Thoth, the god of divine timing and cosmic order, to select the most appropriate moment for incarnation based on the soul's evolutionary needs and its service to the cosmic order. with papyrus texts from the New Kingdom period describing how souls would review akashic records of their past lives and future potentials before committing to a specific birth configuration, while the mystery schools of Eleusis taught initiates to recognize their cosmic birth signature as a key to unlocking their spiritual gifts and understanding their role in the divine plan of human evolution. The Hermetic axiom, as above, so below, reveals that the macrocosmic configuration at birth creates a resonant microcosm within the human energy field, with each planet's position corresponding to specific chakra activations and energy pathway alignments that remain consistent throughout the lifetime. And this is why traditional astrologers like Ptolemy in his Tetrabiblos and Al-Biruni in his Book of Instruction in the Elements of the Art of Astrology emphasized that understanding one's birth chart was essential for spiritual development and fulfilling one's purpose, while the Arabian astrologer Abu Mashar taught that the birth moment creates what he called celestial strings that continue to vibrate in harmony with planetary movements throughout life, influencing consciousness, opportunities, and spiritual unfoldment. The precision required for cosmic imprinting explains why souls sometimes delay or accelerate birth by hours or even days to align with optimal celestial conditions, with obstetric records showing unexplained variations in labor duration that correlate with significant astrological events. And traditional cultures recognize this by having spiritual advisors present during birth to help interpret signs and omens that might indicate the soul's preferences for timing, while modern research by Dr. Eugen Jonas demonstrated that women's fertility cycles synchronize with lunar rhythms in ways that suggest deeper cosmic coordination of reproductive timing. The moment of first breath is particularly crucial because it represents the soul's initial attunement to earthly electromagnetic frequencies and the activation of what yogic tradition calls the pranic body, or life force vehicle, with the Hatha Yoga Pradipika explaining that the breath pattern established at birth creates lifelong energetic signatures that influence everything from spiritual practices to health patterns to consciousness expansion capabilities, while the Sufi teaching of Ibn Sina describes how the first breath activates dormant spiritual capacities encoded in the soul's celestial blueprint and begins the process of remembering its pre-incarnation divine nature. Different birth times correlate with distinct soul mission categories according to ancient wisdom traditions, with dawn births typically indicating souls that have incarnated to initiate new cycles of spiritual understanding and serve as pioneers or wayshowers for collective consciousness evolution, as these souls carry the energy of new beginnings and fresh cosmic influxes that support innovation and breakthrough insights, while noon births often signify souls with teaching and leadership missions who incarnate to manifest divine will in the material realm and guide others toward higher understanding, carrying the full power of solar consciousness and the ability to illuminate truth for others. Evening births frequently indicate souls focused on healing, transformation, and helping others release old patterns that no longer serve their evolution, as they carry the wisdom of completion and the gentle energy needed to guide others through death and rebirth processes. While midnight births often mark souls with shamanic or mystical missions who incarnate to serve as bridges between dimensions and help humanity maintain connection with invisible realms, carrying the deep introspective energy needed for inner exploration and spiritual counseling. The seasonal timing of birth adds additional layers of meaning, with spring births indicating souls ready to plant new seeds of consciousness in the collective field, summer births showing souls focused on manifestation and creative expression, autumn births revealing souls dedicated to harvesting wisdom from experience and teaching others about life's deeper meanings, and winter births marking souls committed to preservation of ancient wisdom and preparation for future spiritual cycles, while the lunar phase at birth provides crucial information about the soul's relationship to collective consciousness and its preferred methods of spiritual growth. Souls born during the new moon typically incarnate to initiate entirely new approaches to spiritual development and often become innovators in consciousness exploration, while those born during the waxing moon focus on building and expanding spiritual communities and practices. Full moon births indicate souls dedicated to illuminating truth and serving as spiritual teachers or healers who help others achieve breakthrough insights, and waning moon births reveal souls committed to releasing collective karma and helping humanity let go of outdated spiritual concepts that limit evolution, with each lunar phase creating distinct energetic imprints that influence lifelong spiritual inclinations and service modalities. The nakshatra or lunar mansion occupied by the moon at birth provides the deepest layer of soul mission information according to Vedic wisdom, with each of the 27 nakshatras carrying specific evolutionary themes and spiritual assignments that souls consciously select based on their karmic needs and service commitments. For example, souls born under Ashwini nakshatra often incarnate as spiritual healers and pioneers who introduce new healing modalities, while those born under Rohini focus on manifesting abundance and beauty as expressions of divine love. Mrigashira souls typically serve as seekers and researchers who explore consciousness through various spiritual traditions. Ardra souls often work with transformation and purification, helping others release deep karmic patterns. Punarvasu souls focus on renewal and teaching others about resilience and spiritual regeneration. And each nakshatra provides detailed information about the soul's preferred spiritual practices, natural gifts, karmic challenges, and optimal service modalities. The planetary hour system used by Hermetic astrologers reveals additional layers of soul mission encoding, with each hour of the day ruled by a specific planet whose energy infuses the birth moment with particular spiritual qualities and mission orientations. For instance, souls born during Mars hours often incarnate as spiritual warriors dedicated to protecting divine truth and fighting against ignorance and oppression. Venus hour births indicate souls focused on healing relationships and teaching about divine love and creative expression. Mercury hour births reveal souls committed to communication and bridging different wisdom traditions, while Saturn hour births mark souls dedicated to teaching discipline and helping others build strong spiritual foundations. And understanding one's planetary hour can provide crucial insights into optimal spiritual practices and service approaches that align with the soul's celestial programming. The degree and minute of planetary positions at birth create even more precise soul mission specifications, with ancient astrologers like Vedius Valens teaching that each degree of the zodiac carries specific spiritual qualities and karmic implications, while the Arabian astrologer Abu Rayhan al-Biruni developed sophisticated methods for interpreting the precise angular relationships between planets at birth as indicators of the soul's spiritual gifts and evolutionary challenges. And this level of precision explains why traditional cultures place such emphasis on recording exact birth times and why mystery school initiations often involve detailed analysis of the candidate's birth configuration to determine their spiritual path and training requirements. The Kabbalistic tradition maps birth timing to specific Sephiroth on the Tree of Life, with each Sephira representing different aspects of divine consciousness that the soul incarnates to embody and express. Souls born with strong connections to Kether focus on unity consciousness and serving as channels for divine will. Those aligned with Chakma work with divine wisdom and teaching cosmic principles. Bina souls specialize in understanding and compassionate service. Chisid souls focus on divine mercy and humanitarian service. Gebura souls work with divine justice and necessary destruction of illusions. Tiferet souls serve as healers and channels of divine love. Netzach souls focus on divine victory and inspiring others towards spiritual achievement. Hod souls work with divine glory and intellectual understanding of cosmic principles. Yesod souls serve as bridges between dimensions and focus on foundation building for spiritual communities, while Makath souls incarnate to manifest divine consciousness in material reality through practical service and earth-based spirituality. The Arabic system of manzil or lunar mansions provides another layer of soul mission interpretation that complements the Vedic nakshatra system, with classical texts like the Picatrix describing how souls select specific manzil configurations to optimize their ability to work with particular types of spiritual energy and manifest specific kinds of divine service. For example, the manzil al-Sharatane supports souls focused on initiation and new beginnings. Al-Butan assists souls working with building and construction of spiritual communities, while Al-Thureya helps souls dedicated to abundance manifestation and sharing resources for collective benefit. And understanding both the Vedic and Arabic lunar mansion systems provides a more complete picture of the soul's mission parameters and optimal service approaches. The timing of birth also determines the soul's relationship to galactic consciousness and cosmic evolution cycles. With recent discoveries in archaeoastronomy revealing that ancient civilizations aligned their spiritual calendars with galactic center positions and understood that souls incarnating during specific galactic alignments carry particular responsibilities for advancing human consciousness during major evolutionary transitions, the Mayan calendar system encoded this understanding with souls born during certain galactic configurations designated as daykeepers or spiritual custodians responsible for maintaining cosmic order during times of change. While Hindu yugas or cosmic ages provide a framework for understanding how birth timing relates to collective spiritual evolution, with souls incarnating during Kali Yuga specifically trained to work with dense material energies and help humanity transcend materialism to prepare for more enlightened ages. The medical and scientific evidence for cosmic imprinting continues to accumulate, with research by Dr. Percy Seymour demonstrating that planetary magnetic field fluctuations at birth influence nervous system development in measurable ways, while studies of circadian gene expression show that birth timing affects lifelong patterns of consciousness and spiritual receptivity. The work of Dr. Frank Brown revealed that organisms maintain sensitivity to cosmic rhythms throughout life based on imprinting that occurs at birth, and research into seasonal affective patterns shows that birth timing influences lifelong responses to light cycles and cosmic energies in ways that correlate with spiritual inclinations and practices. Yet mainstream science has yet to acknowledge the conscious soul's role in selecting optimal birth timing for spiritual evolution. Ancient techniques for accessing birth time information about soul mission include meditation on the birth chart mandala, where the soul visualizes its natal configuration as a living geometric form and receives direct transmission of mission information from the planetary and stellar consciousnesses present at birth. The Tibetan practice of birth time divination, where practitioners enter meditative states to commune with the Akashic records and receive detailed information about their pre-incarnation planning and soul contracts. Vedic techniques for connecting with one's natal nakshatra deity through mantra, yantra, and ritual practices that activate memory of soul purpose and mission parameters, while Hermetic methods involve creating talismans based on birth planetary hours and working with planetary spirits to receive guidance about optimal ways to fulfill earthly spiritual assignments. Working with your cosmic imprint requires first obtaining accurate birth time information down to the minute if possible, as even small timing variations can significantly alter the soul mission profile, then studying the spiritual significance of your birth configuration. Through multiple wisdom traditions to build a complete picture of your incarnation purpose. Practicing regular meditation on your birth chart as a mandala for receiving ongoing guidance from your celestial support team. Aligning your spiritual practices with the rhythms and energies indicated by your cosmic imprint rather than following generic spiritual advice that may not suit your unique soul configuration. And developing relationships with the planetary and stellar consciousnesses that were active at your birth through appropriate rituals, mantras, and ceremonial practices from traditions that honor cosmic consciousness as living intelligence rather than mechanical forces. The process of fully activating your cosmic imprint often requires working with qualified practitioners who understand both the ancient wisdom traditions and modern applications of cosmic timing, as this knowledge has been carefully preserved within specific lineages and requires proper transmission to avoid misunderstanding or misapplication of powerful spiritual techniques. Many souls experience profound shifts in consciousness and life direction when they begin working consciously with their birth cosmic signatures and receive clear confirmation of their spiritual mission through direct experience rather than intellectual speculation. Common signs that you are aligning with your cosmic imprint include increased synchronicities related to your birth planetary energies, spontaneous activation of spiritual gifts and abilities indicated by your natal configuration, growing clarity about your life purpose and optimal service modalities, increased sensitivity to cosmic rhythms and planetary movements, natural attraction to spiritual practices and traditions that correspond to your birth's celestial influences, and a deep sense of coming home to yourself as you recognize the divine intelligence that orchestrated your incarnation timing and begin consciously collaborating with your cosmic support team to fulfill your soul mission. The ultimate purpose of understanding cosmic imprinting is not to limit oneself to astrological determinism but rather to recognize the profound love and intelligence with which each soul's incarnation has been planned and to begin conscious cooperation with the cosmic forces that continue to support one's spiritual evolution and service to the divine plan of awakening. For when we understand that our birth timing represents the universe's investment in our success and the celestial realms' commitment to our spiritual growth, we can step more fully into our power as conscious co-creators working in harmony with cosmic intelligence to manifest heaven on earth through our unique gifts and service contributions. The ancient Egyptian teaching preserved in the pyramid text states that the soul chooses its stars as a garment chooses its weaver, reminding us that cosmic imprinting is ultimately an expression of the soul's divine creativity and its commitment to serving the highest good through conscious incarnation. And as we learn to read the cosmic language inscribed in our birth moments, we discover not limitations but rather the infinite love and support available to help us fulfill our most sacred,